Hi guys and girls, this is Madam Natasha 006 Black Kitten 0069 coming to you again. Like I stated and I promised, and it did not take a month. Yay! So in this video I will be talking to you about toys, where you can get toys, differences between play toys to cite your sexual life, and real toys to actually play with people. So let's get started. The first time that I bought my first toy, I don't have it anymore. It was a paddle with the word slut on it. I think I bought it from Caniac, I'm not sure, or I bought it from Adult Toy Store, which a lot of you will probably, when you went and saw 50 Shades of K grade, you made that lady a lot of money and bought a lot of her merchandise and stuff from adult toy stores. Those things are cool, but they're mostly just for sensual play and, you know, just to spice up things in the bedroom. I also bought a gown. The gown cost $79. I'm telling you prices that I have paid for some of this stuff because you need to know, like I stated earlier, lifestyle is expensive. $79 for a gown that I still have. And my paddle met an unfortunate demise. I also quickly found out that my paddle wasn't effective enough to do heavy duty impact play. So the first real paddle that I got, the first real paddle I got was this one. I broke down, I brought this from Caniac. Anytime you think they have this little rubber thing on it, on the end, so you know that it came from Caniac. I had this paddle for a very, 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 very long time. As you see, it's wood. Doesn't sound it. It's wood. It has these little holes in it to provide a suction effect. The suction effect, after boiling a couple times, depending on how I choose to boil, it can automatically start cutting after long periods of time of play, or it can just cut slightly, or just make bolts go quickly. Again, depending on how much power I put behind it. If you can look and see some of the tinges of this should tell you how old it is. And that's from blood. On grows as well. Yeah, like this. On grows. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see it. As a matter of fact, it looks stained. Yeah, it's from blood. And good times, good memories. So I had this for a very long time. The first sub that I played with outside of the dungeon, Paddles NYC, was considered a cane slut, and I will get into canes later because we love canes, and he basically showed me how to wield canes. So that was my second purchase, was to buy canes. I brought some canes from Caniac and quickly found out that they broke really easily. The reason why was because Caniac canes are sanded down and furnished, or put a finishing touches on them, which kind of destroys the cane itself. So after, you know, buying canes and replacing canes and replacing canes and buying canes, I also, when I got the cane set, also bought this separately. It's called Blue Ligtening. It's acrylic. I've only broke this like once or twice, I think. From Caniac. It's dingy. It's very effective. Very effective. And I believe this is $30, $30 or $40. It may be cheaper now. This was 6 years ago. So they do still sell it. They even have one called a Red Lightning, I believe. And I haven't been in Caniac in a while, but I'm pretty sure you can still find this one. By me kept spending a lot of money. A friend, associate that I play with on a regular at Paddles NYC, told me about a place where I can get uncut ratan. That's what these are, ratan canes. So, and these are, you can get a pack of them with various sizes. I don't remember the company's name, but I will look it up and put it in the description. As you can tell, it's uncut. It will bend on you, but you put it in some water and put some books on top of it, and it'll straighten itself back out. It grows. Again, I don't know how much you can see because my camera sucks. The grows on it. There's no blood on these. I don't think. I have, but they clean. Also, they clean very easily. This is the biggest one out of the pack that you'll get. You can see that the grow's really good on here. This is, the pack comes in 12, and it's only like $21 and change for a pack of 12, or probably a little bit more in a pack. To wield a cane, you would use your wrist. I'm using my finger right now, but you can just go like that. Or you can do the up motion. The finger is a good guide. You can cane legs, arms, shoulders, chest, breast area, thighs. Did I say thighs? Thighs. And of course the grips. You can cane also the back of someone. What you will want to be careful of with the back area and the butt area is not to hit like the middle of that where it's your kidneys. Last time I talked to the person who taught me how to wield a cane, he was a dummy bottle for an organization that trained young dominatrix professionally, and she hurt him. She hit him in the kidneys. He ended up having to go to the hospital, and he called me, and I was like, why are you calling me? We all have to live with our choices, and that was his choice. Just to have free sessions with 20-something-year-old females with perky breasts and not full figure like I was. That's what he chose. Teenage, college girls. You know what I'm talking about. Not down on them, not down on girls, but guys. They kind of, we all know that guys are kind of simple sometimes, right? And guys, you know it too. So, yeah, these canes, in a sense, is $21. Always, when you're playing with somebody, if you're a bit older than you, always make sure to ask them if they have any kind of medical conditions. Also, when you're playing with someone even your age or younger, ask them if they have any medical condition. Be safe. I can't stress that enough. Be safe with your play and who you play with. The next paddle I had was a gift from someone I used to talk to via Yahoo Messenger, who lived in the UK, and yeah, he brought me a paddle. I stopped doing that because talking to people, Messenger and Yahoo and Skype, and they're overseas, is extremely hard unless you don't have a life. If you don't have a life, by all means do that. But their 9 o'clock is your 3 o'clock. And so forth. So when they're talking to you and when they can basically talk to you, you're basically breaking night to have a conversation with them or to role play with them via the camera. I also try not to imitate a lot of things that I did with Tim. Yeah. So me and Tim, when we first met, we Skyped a lot. We would be in the same house in the room and Skype with each other to talk to each other and text each other. It was kind of crazy because we could never talk to each other vocally. But back to the toy that I brought. This is the toy I brought. I'm sorry. This was a toy that was a gift to me from the guy from the UK. He brought it via Caniacs. When I first saw this on Caniacs, I fell in love with it. I knew this was the paddle for me. But this paddle with the 10 holes and the substance that's grating, I've been told that this paddle is extremely mean because it's grating. It's a grating paddle. And it's plastic. This paddle is sturdy. You hear that? It's a thud. It's a sturdy paddle. When I first got this paddle, I thought I was King Arthur with Lancelot, with no training. I did not become one with this paddle, and this paddle hurt me. My wrist was torn up by using this paddle. I didn't take it out for a spin before I got it. It's heavy to wield. That thud, it does not only affect them, it's affecting the person who's behind it. This is called the Screamer at Caniac. I love it. I suggest you use caution when using it. This was my first flogger. I think it came in a king set. I'm not sure. I don't remember the king set too much. I know king set came up with some things. This flogger, kind of, is plastic. It's kind of a flogger. It's plastic and it has the holes at the ends. So it's giving you kind of wind advantage. But it's not really giving you that much control of it when you use it. Because it's plastic. It's bending, you know, it's not stable. It's bending all over the place. I had a sub from Bermuda. They used to come and see me and stay with me for a couple months. And he loved this thing. No matter how much I block him on Collar's face, he still makes new accounts and harasses me every now and then. And so this was his favorite toy. So even though I had this, I was still kind of looking for a flogger. I brought another flogger in Caniac that I'm not going to show you because I don't really like it that much. It was leather supposedly. I found, everyone's like, if you want a flogger, leather is the thing to do. But it was a play flogger. I basically paid for the pretty designed handle. I didn't pay for a flogger. It was ineffective. I found out later that if you can wet it, it gives you a weight. It's kind of light, really light. I found out that you can give you some weight if you wet it, but who wants to go through all that? So, my mentor, Mistress Vengeance, love you, baby, and I, one night, did a scene with my boy that I was with before Tim, who was a pain slut, meaning he was a masochist. He was a masochist. And we had a good time, we tied him up, and she put this in my hand. As soon as I felt it, and I felt the weight of it, and I felt how it felt, and the handle, look at this handle. You heard that, right? I fell in love, and I knew this was a flogger for me. I knew. We met each other and fell in love. This is a rubber flogger. Look at the end. It's beautiful. She didn't give it to me that night. I had to really she didn't give it to me for a while. But that night I broke another paddle that she had, and I used this flogger for the first time. And yeah. Now with floggers, you're kind of rolling with it. You're rolling with the flogger, so you're not hurting with. I haven't done this in quite some time. I might need to do some practicing. So it's kind of like hurting my wrist right now, showing you, demonstrating these things to you. But yeah, a flogger you can guide going back, or you can guide short distance. Floggers are to be used on the back, the upper area. They can be used on the legs, the thighs, and the butt. But you will have to have real control of these things. Because just like the plastic one, they really, once you let it go, it kind of goes all over the place. I've only used this 3 times. I used it the first time I was introduced to it, and the second time was when me and my mentor and my little girl, we kind of double teamed him. Look at that. We kind of double teamed him because he had to teach him a lesson. Mistress Vengeance didn't give me his flogger until I started dating Tim. I wonder why. Now that I'm looking back on that, I really, really wonder why. I was pretty much MIA during the time that me and Tim got together. I went to one event, maybe 2, and then I kind of disappeared. So she showed up one day at my place in Long Island. She lived all the way on Upper New York. I spent the night, made me go outside, made me go to an event, and then, you know, I came home and Tim was on the roof. And I really didn't know where he was. I came home and I didn't know where he was. I started panicking because I didn't know where he was. But back to toys. That might be a discussion for a different day on how I got from demi-goddess to emotional wreck. And the steps of how that looked. Another thing I do have is, of course, I have handcuffs. Real handcuffs, not the cloth ones. Those kind of cloth ones. Again, those are for, you want to spice up things. If you really want handcuffs, real handcuffs. I think the adult toy store has them, but they're more expensive. I got majority of my handcuffs that I've gotten in the past, I've gotten from Amazon. I also have something called vampire gloves, which are leather spike gloves. I got those from Amazon. They're perfect for over the knee spanking, unless you want to do a bare hand. I don't suggest that you, even though they ask for it and they request it, I don't suggest you do over the knee spanking barehanded. And if you do it, be very cautious, because the female hand, I found out, is very sensitive, and you can break all the bones in your body spanking somebody and not even know it. So it's best to use gloves, leather gloves, when you're doing over the knee spanking, like those police impact gloves, you know, the ones that they use when they, or they used to use when they want to rough up a perk without you leaving marks on them. So get those if you want to do over the knee spanking with your hand. Another place that I brought a couple things from, I don't remember everything that I brought from there. I do remember the last thing I brought from there was College Space has their own adult toy store called Extreme Restraint. Extreme Restraints, last thing I brought from them was a male chastity device for Tim. That's when we moved down here, because I felt he needed to be in chastity when we moved down here. So I brought that. Me not really knowing things about male chastity devices, and I'm going to pass on my ignorance so that you can get an understanding of what to do and what not to do. When you measure your slave's penis size, you must measure it measure the penis when it's not erect. 2, or the cock when it's not erect. 2, you measure their ball size, or their cocks, you know, the ball size. Whatever their ball size is, you're going to go a size to 2 sizes smaller, because this is not supposed to be something comfortable for them. Yeah. Nothing comfortable for them. You're supposed to do 2 measurements of the cock. You're supposed to do one, I think, when they're erect, and one when they're not erect. The second one is the ball size. I thought it was supposed to be comfortable, so I got a size exactly as supposed to have been his ball size. The cock ring was way too big, so Tim wasn't able to use it. I think I spent, for that cock ring, I spent $70 for that male chastity device. Recently on Amazon, I got a male chastity device that was only $19.99. Big fucking difference. It's smaller. The cock piece is smaller, and it came with 3 rings, 3 different size rings. they packaged it very well. They packaged up not only the copies, they packaged the little individual soft rings, put it in plastic, and then put it into the bag. I think Extreme with Straws just packaged it regularly and then threw it in the bag that it came in. When I do find somebody that I can use the male chastity device on, again, I will know that it's clean and there's no pollutants in it. Also, always get them still. Still is easier to clean, easier to maintain than plastic. Plastic has a tendency to break. Plastic has a tendency to get dirty. Mostly plastic has a tendency to break. It's not as durable. If you want to just play, like you're putting a guy in chastity, in a male chastity device, then here, get a plastic one. But if you seriously want to put your boyfriend, husband, or whatever into a male chastity device, get a still one. Ladies, if you ever think about your men cheating, or you suspect him cheating, get a male chastity device. Get him a little tipsy. Let him, have a nice romantic evening. Knock him out with, having sexy time. Having sex. Knock him out. Let him go to sleep. And then let him wake up to a pleasant surprise. It's kind of legal. There's nothing really he can do. What is he going to do? If he wakes up with a chastity device on his penis, what is he going to do? The only thing he would really need his penis for is to pee. That's it. You can even tease them with the chastity device, which is really interesting. I've heard of that before. And they can't get erect. That's the whole thing about chastity. Not only to keep them from cheating, but to stop them from getting erect. So they can't play with themselves either. The beauty of it. Anyway, let me tell you now, as a closing, let me tell you about the story of what happened to my paddle. I'll get emotional about this. So, there was a older DS couple. I believe they were from Texas. I'm not really sure if they were or they were not. But I do remember them bitching the whole night that no one was having open orgy sex in public. Paddles NYC has a strict code about having open orgy sex in public areas. It is downtown Manhattan in a very established district. People come there and they change, in regular clothes and change their clothes. It's not a secret. Some vanillas stumble in there and they do come back. They get excited and they do come back to play. So he had wanted to take his sub to the famous, infamous Paddles NYC. This is an example of how Doms can not respect you. He got excited. I think I had just finished a scene with one of my subs, or both of them. Like I stated, I had a little girl and a little boy. I was intimate with the little boy and not so much with the little girl. I kind of have a fear of women. I guess I don't try to cross lines with them too much, especially intimacy lines. So I had just finished playing with them, or probably a regular at Paddles, and he asked to use my paddle. Now, Paddle NYC will allow you, I think I said this, if not, I'm saying it now. Paddle NYC will allow you, 6 years ago they did, will allow you to use their equipment if you give them identification. He didn't want to give his identification, he wanted to use my slap paddle. Since he was such a big shot from out of town, and it was an honor to me that he would want to use, my paddle. He got her on the table, spanked her a couple of times, and then next thing I know, he is taking the handle of my paddle and putting her in her vagina. He is making his sub get off on the handle of my paddle, and then had the audacity to try to give it back to me. I told him no thank you. And I think they were escorted out of the dungeon. Again, no open sex, straight out open sex in the dungeon. You may see a guy in the shadows. You may see a male finger his domain. You may see a girl go down on another girl. But straight out, open, just orgy, you're not going to see. And I said, you may see these things. I know in the shadows, I've done some things in the shadows, but it's not wide open sex in a public place. So, again, thanks for watching. Keep it classy, keep it sexy, and always, always keep it kinky. Take care. Look in the description for the stores.